unit will be covered. So just going by the quick review of what we have studied, we all know that we have discussed three braking techniques in a DC machine that were plugging or counter current braking. Second is rheostatic braking or dynamic braking, and third is regenerative braking. To highlight the silent points of these three braking techniques, we know that plugging or counter current braking involves a reversal of the power supply to the motor. It involves a reversal of power supply to the motor. So at the instant of reversal, the applied voltage and the back EMF become additive, and therefore twice the normal current can flow at the time of instant of reversal of power supply. So this may result into a high braking torque at the instant of reversal. But at the same time, you have to see that you have to consider the fact whether you will be able to tolerate this much large amount of current or not. So you have to insert a braking resistor. Gradually, as the motor speed dips, it falls. So does the current, and when the current will fall, the braking torque will also fall. So if you introduce a variable resistor in the armature circuit, then you can say that our braking torque can be maintained constant throughout the braking period. The second was the dynamic braking or rheostatic braking. In dynamic braking or rheostatic braking, as we all know that the motor is made to work as a generator, and the power that has been stored in the form of kinetic energy in the rotating mass of the rotor, it has to be converted back to electrical energy, and it is to be dissipated in an external resistance. The thing that has to be remembered is that याद रखने वाली चीज ये वही है कि the field supply has to be maintained intact. Because if there will not be any field, अगर आपने supply disconnect कर दी और field में कोई supply नहीं है तो आपको braking torque नहीं मिलेगा. So the field has to be there, and field must not be reversed. Because if the field will be reversed, then the braking torque will not be negative, but the braking torque will be positive. So this problem is not in DC shunt motor because field winding is connected parallel to the armature winding. So when you remove the supply and connect a braking resistor across the armature terminal, then the field current will not reverse. But if your machine is a series motor, then in that case, you have to consider the fact that the field current will be supplied from the same armature or the back EMF. So if you are not going to reverse the terminal of the field winding during dynamic braking in a DC series motor, then your braking torque will not be positive, will not be negative. In fact, it will be positive. Here also you have to consider the fact that the braking resistor which is connected to the armature terminal must be variable so that you can maintain a constant braking torque right from full speed to zero speed. One more thing that has to be considered is that during plugging, if the motor attains a zero speed and if you are not going to remove the reverse supply, then the motor may start to rotate in the reverse direction. In dynamic braking, it's not so. Once the motor stops, it attains a zero speed, then back EMF also becomes zero, and then the braking action automatically stops. The braking action automatically stops. So it is not a problem in dynamic braking. The third important category of the braking was that of regenerative braking, which is very important. Regenerative braking is a technique in which power is spread back from the load, from the motor to the source. So there is no wastage of electric power. In fact, this electric power can be utilized. As we have discussed in the class also, I have taken the example of railways. They say that railway recovers about 20% of its electrical energy in the form of regenerative braking because a large, huge rotating mass in the form of the coach and wagons, it stores a large amount of kinetic energy. So that revolving rotating mass which stores a large amount of rotating kinetic energy in the form of kinetic energy in the form of rotating mass, that energy is pumped back to the source by regenerative braking, and therefore it is very effectively utilized in railways, this regenerative braking. Otherwise, regenerative braking doesn't is a subsidiary braking technique. It cannot be solely dependent. It only slows down the motor. ये केवल धीमी करती है, रोकती नहीं है. So you have to incorporate additional braking with regenerative braking to achieve the complete braking. Regenerative braking is possible if the magnitude of the back EMF becomes greater than the voltage which is fed to the motor. The magnitude of the back EMF could be increased by two ways, either by increasing the speed above the rated speed or by increasing the flux. From the point of view of design, flux cannot be increased, flux can only be decreased, because economics and all other issues say that your machines are designed at the knee of the BH curve, and therefore for optimizing the cost. I have discussed in my previous class also, in machine design, whether it is a DC machine or it is an AC machine, we all know that maybe you may have not studied electrical machine design. There is a term which says that the volume of any designed machine depends upon the product of two terms, the specific electric loading and specific magnetic loading. मतलब कोई भी मशीन बनाते हैं जब, तो वो कितनी बड़ी होगी वो डिपेंड करती है दो प्रोडक्ट के ऊपर, टर्म के ऊपर. एक कहलाता है स्पेसिफिक इलेक्ट्रिक लोडिंग और स्पेसिफिक मैग्नेटिक लोडिंग. Specific electric loading is nothing but the current density in the armature conductors, and specific magnetic loading is nothing but the flux density in the iron circuit and the air gap. So if you want to reduce the volume, or if you want to reduce the cost, then you can have a reduced cost at a higher value of specific electric loading and magnetic loading. इसीलिए manufacturers, what they do is they design their machine at the knee of the BH curve, keeping higher current density, so that the copper and the iron which is involved in the manufacturing of that machine is less, and therefore the initial cost of that machine is less, but the running cost of that machine in the form of iron and copper losses is very high. So it is not an economical way. Anyways, coming to the point, we know that in regenerative braking, if you want to achieve regenerative braking, back EMF can only be increased by one method only then, because flux cannot be increased, as we have discussed just now. The only method is increasing the speed above the rated speed. Increase of the speed above the rated speed means your motor must be driven by the load, by an active load. So this type of regenerative braking is only possible for those loads which involve gravity or such type of things. Right. You will be solving some numericals on regenerative braking, on rheostatic braking, where you will be asked the question in this way. Find the speed at which the motor will hold this load. Question इस तरह से पूछे जाएंगे. Find the speed at which the motor will hold the load. Now, it is quite, you can say, imagine a figure, imagine a situation. There is a lift which is loaded. एक लिफ्ट है, वो भरी हुई है, वो नीचे की तरफ जा रही है. अगर उसको फ्री फॉल कर दिया जाए, कंट्रोल ना किया जाए, तो वो बहुत तेजी से नीचे जाएगी. जब वो बहुत तेजी से नीचे जाएगी तो उसकी स्पीड रेटेड स्पीड से ऊपर हो जाएगी. अब अगर उस लिफ्ट में जो सप्लाई वोल्टेज जो लगा हुआ था वो एक कांस्टेंट मैग्नीट्यूड का था, तो जैसे ही उसकी स्पीड रेटेड स्पीड से ऊपर होगी तो उसका बैक ईएमएफ बढ़ेगा, और उसका जब बैक ईएमएफ बढ़ेगा तो current will start to flow from the motor to the source. The current will flow from EB to V. So this reverse current will flow from EB to V. It will depend upon the difference of EB minus V by armature resistance. And since magnitude of V is constant, so the braking torque or the braking current IA will depend upon the magnitude of EB, which will in turn depend upon the speed which has been gained while free falling. तो एक ऐसी कट इन स्पीड या एक ऐसी स्पीड होगी जिस स्पीड पर आपको उतना ब्रेकिंग टॉर्क मिल जाएगा जितना क्वेश्चन में पूछा गया है कि वो उसको होल्ड कर सके, नीचे जाने से उसको रोक सके. तो some questions may be asked in this way, regenerative braking. Another way of achieving regenerative braking is you can have a variable voltage source connected to the DC terminal, the supply motor terminal, and you can reduce the voltage, the magnitude of the voltage for the same value of EB suddenly by changing the firing angle or something like that. So the current कंटिन्यूअस बोल रहा था तो आवाज नहीं आ रही थी आपको?
नहीं सर, कोई वॉइस नहीं आ रही थी सर।
Oh my God! I was continuously speaking for 30 minutes और मैं समझ रहा था कि आप तक आवाज आ रही है और इनफैक्ट प्रॉब्लम ये हुई कि मेरा ब्लूटूथ कहीं और रखा हुआ था।
नहीं सर, आपकी वॉइस आ रही थी सर अभी फॉर 5 मिनट्स।
अभी मैंने आपसे क्वेश्चन पूछा ना आप लोगों से कि मेरी आवाज आई कि नहीं, जब आपने कोई रिस्पॉन्ड नहीं किया तो मैंने देखा मैं तो ब्लूटूथ पे बोल रहा हूँ, मेरा ब्लूटूथ के दूर पड़ा हुआ है।
नहीं सर,
तो
आपकी उससे पहले आवाज आ रही थी सर पूरी। आपने जब तक
आधे
बताया
घंटे से जो बोल रहा था, मैं रिव्यू या रिकैप बोल रहा था, वो सुना था कि नहीं सुना? अदरवाइज मुझे लगा सब हवा में चले गए।
सुनाई दे रहा था सर, सुनाई दिया था सर वो। हाँ सर।
अरे यार थैंक गॉड। चलो मुझे क्या लगा पता नहीं ब्लूटूथ कहाँ पड़ा हुआ है, तो यार बड़ा टेक्नोलॉजी का बड़ा झंझट है, कब ये ब्लूटूथ से जुड़ जाता है, कब ब्लूटूथ से नहीं जुड़ता है ना। So the thing which I have spoken right now about regenerative braking, the conditions for regenerative braking, all those things, I hope it was audible to you, na?
सर
Yes. So I am just connecting my notepad to share a few numericals with you. I will take a minute. Yes. Are you able to see my screen? Not yet.
No, sir.
Not yet. Yes. Just a minute. Take my screen. This PC. And now it is visible, I hope so. No?
Yes, sir.
Okay, just quickly we will solve few numericals on this particular topic of. I have asked these numericals in that also in exams also. It's the numerical number 1. Right, I will just give you the data. Now, what is that problem? Here it is the problem. Okay. The problem is you are having a 220 volt, 800 RPM, 800 RPM, separately excited DC motor, separately excited DC motor. It has an armature resistance RA of 0.06 ohms. The motor armature is fed from a variable voltage source. Remember, it is fed from a variable voltage source with an internal resistance of 0.04 ohms. That means the R internal of the source is 0.04 ohms. Now calculate the internal voltage of the variable voltage source. You have to calculate what? You have to calculate internal voltage of that source. Right? Now, the condition is when the motor is operating is in regenerative braking. It is operating in regenerative braking at 80% of motor torque at 600 RPM. Now see the beauty of this question. You can see he is talking about regenerative braking, isn't it? Right? Clear? It's talking about regenerative braking, isn't it? And the rated speed is 800 RPM. But he's saying that regenerative braking is to be achieved at 600 RPM. So, what do you interpret from this? What are your interpretations from this?
So it is slowing down the motor.
It is obviously slowing down the motor, but the condition that we have seen was for regenerative braking is if the motor is made to run at a speed above rated speed, then only regenerative braking is possible. One condition was that, isn't it? But the rated speed of the motor was 800 RPM, and in the problem it is given that in the problem it is given that you are achieving that regenerative braking at 600 RPMs. You are achieving that regenerative braking at 600 RPM, isn't it? So, what is your comment on this?
So it is happening because the torque is not the rated torque. It is 80% of the rated torque.
Anything else? But whatever be the rated torque, if it is a braking torque, remember, if it has to be a braking torque, then obviously it has to have a minus sign. Agreed or not?
Yes, sir.
And a minus sign means if this was the source with an internal resistance connected to a motor with a field winding, this is the back EMF, the flow of current must be reversed, isn't it? Do you agree with me?
Yes, sir.
To achieve a braking torque, which should have a minus sign, the current has to reverse. And it says that the back EMF EB at rated speed, remember, the back EMF EB at rated speed is slightly less than applied voltage V. Do you agree with me or not? Because
Yes.
in motoring mode, E is equal to V minus IARA. Agreed? So the magnitude of E must be always less than V in motoring mode. Agreed? So
Yes, sir.
how come it is possible that it was operating at a speed less than rated speed? Look, this E would be greater than V if the if the motor is made to operate at a speed greater than rated speed, isn't it? But you can see in the problem, you are achieving this regenerative braking at a speed which is less lost my internet connection. Okay. Now my voice is audible to you.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So look, problems can be solved. I just want to get you involved that regenerative braking is possible if the current should flow in the reverse. Look, we are talking about braking, and when we are talking about braking, then we know that braking means the braking torque should have a negative sign. Now, if the braking torque has a negative sign, as I told you, we can go to the next page. So torque will have a negative sign. It is only possible if the flow of the current is from the back EMF. IA should flow in the reverse direction to that source V, which is having some internal resistance. And this EB, this braking, which we as it was told in the numerical, it has to be achieved at 600 RPM, not at 800 RPM. So I just want to know what has made it possible to happen. I hope you understood the question. What has made it possible? Variable.
सर वेरिएबल सप्लाई वोल्टेज है ना, तो वो उससे कम रखा होगा.
That is the thing. तो इसीलिए इस प्रॉब्लम को मैंने सबसे पहले कंसीडर किया कि you can have a control over regenerative braking if you have a variable voltage source. तो अगर आपके पास ये वाला सोर्स वेरिएबल है तो आप इस ब्रेकिंग एक्शन को किसी भी स्पीड पर अचीव कर सकते हो जिस पर आप चाहें. So now with this background, let us solve our numerical. Okay. Now, what was the problem that was given to us? It was given that our your variable voltage source, which is having some internal resistance, which was having a magnitude of 0.04 ohms, was connected to a DC motor. That DC motor was having an armature resistance of 0.06 ohms, and the things which I have given discussed in the data was the rated voltage was 220 volt, the rated current was 200 amperes, and rated speed was 800 RPM. Now let us proceed the problem to find. It is asked in this problem that what will be the voltage behind the internal resistance. Now this is the voltage V, which is available at the terminal of the motor. Agreed or not? है ना? Because this part is representing the source. Can you see? Can you see what I'm drawing? I should draw a different color. This part is representing the source along with internal resistance. This is the motor. So this is the voltage which is available at the terminal of the motor, and in the numerical problem it is asked to find the value of this. So the problem is simple. You have to apply Kirchhoff's voltage law. You have to apply Kirchhoff's voltage law, isn't it, to get the value of this V. Yeah? Now, what should be the value of this internal voltage? Let us say I will call it as V internal mathematically. What should be the value of V internal? It should be equal to, now you are talking about regenerative braking. So current will flow from the back EMF to the source. Anna? Agreed or not? Current will flow from the back EMF to the source. Do you agree or not?
Yes, sir.
So during regenerative braking, the mathematical equation for V internal should be equal to the back EMF at that instant, that is at 600 RPM. plus that IA that was during that braking period multiplied by this RA plus R internal. This one. Do you agree?
So it should be minus IA.
It should be minus IA. Yes, obviously. Oh yes, obviously. It should be minus IA. मैं खुद ही उसको बता रहा हूँ, मैं खुद ही इसको confuse हो गया because the power, the voltage, the power is flowing from the back EMF to the motor. Obviously, it should be minus. That is the thing. Sorry, by mistake I took it to minus because by default हमारे मन में हमेशा जब भी हम DC मशीन का सवाल करते हैं तो हमारे मन में V is always equal to obviously E plus IARA है ना, but since we are talking about braking, so it should be V is equal to E minus IARA. So the problem is simply to find the value of E at 600 RPM है ना. The problem is only to find E at 600 RPM. So your problem may be solved. Now, how to find the value of E at 600 RPM? How to find the value of E at 600 RPM? So I always see that E has a direct relationship with speed. So if E at a given speed is known, E at a given speed is known, then E at some other speed may be calculated, isn't it? If E at a given speed is known, you can calculate the value of E at some other speed. Now, the question is, which E is available to you? Which E is available to you?
So back EMF during rated operation.
Very good. So we have EB at rated operation. Though they are a very simple question, but I want everybody's involvement. So the back EMF EB at rated operation will be equal to, now we have to use which equation? We have to use E will be equal to V minus IAR or V plus IAR. What you have to use? Plus or minus? To find E at rated speed. Recently, पिछली स्लाइड में देखा था E was equal to V plus IARA. अब हम क्या यूज करेंगे? रेटेड कंडीशन में E निकालने के लिए इट शुड बी V minus IARA और V plus IARA. It's correct. Should be equal to E should be equal to V minus IARA because this rated condition is during motoring. No? This is during motoring and this was during braking. So what will be the value of E at rated condition? It will be equal to the rated voltage. What was the rated voltage? Rated voltage was 220 volt minus what was the rated current? IA was 200 ampere. What was RA? It was 0.06 ohms. So it comes out to be 208 volt. So 208 volt is EB at rated speed. That rated speed was given in the problem. कितनी दी हुई थी? The speed. Was that speed given to us? 800 RPM. Now, what is the condition that is given to us? The condition that is given to us is, now you have to find E at 600. So to find the magnitude of E at 600 RPM. What you are going to do then? E1 by E2 is equal to N1 by, isn't it? E1
अब किसको E1 बोलो किसको E2 बोलो वो आपके ऊपर है। लेट अस से E1 वाज 208 वोल्ट, सो E1 की जगह हम लिखेंगे 208, E2 हमको मालूम नहीं है, सो E2 इज अननोन, इज इक्वल टू व्हाट वाज N1, N1 वाज 800, व्हाट इज N2, N2 इज 600, E2 should be equal to 208 into 600 divided by 800, isn't it? It comes out to be 156 volts. What should be the next step after this? Can you tell me? What should be the next step? Who will are present in the class?
So we
So
will
we'll
find
take
the
out
current
the
rate.
Huh? Yes, please.
Sir 80% लोड पे करंट निकाल लेंगे.
Now we have to find the value of the source voltage corresponding to this E with this new equation. So अब सवाल ये है कि जब ब्रेकिंग होगा तब आप IA कितना लेंगे? Next, when you will have regenerative braking, what will be IA? I hope my class time is over, है ना? You have to go for the next class. Let us
इस क्वेश्चन को खत्म कर सकते हैं.
हाँ, इस क्वेश्चन को खत्म कर सकते हैं. तो जस्ट मेरा क्वेश्चन सिर्फ ये है कि रीजनरेटिव ब्रेकिंग के वक्त IA आप 200 ही लोगे या कुछ और लोगे?
सर वो
80%
0.8
of
टाइम्स ऑफ
200.
previous one.
Yes, sir,
So it should be
80% of 200.
80% of 200. Logic? The logic is the motor is being operated at a torque which is 80% of rated torque. Now this condition is fulfilled up the torque is proportional to armature current provided flux is constant. So this condition has to be maintained, and this is only possible if it is a separately excited DC machine. Do you agree with me or not? If it is a separately excited DC machine, होता कि नहीं होता सर? क्योंकि
Yes,
अगर ये मशीन अगर ऐसी मशीन होती बैक में और यहाँ पर फील्ड वाइंडिंग, ठीक है, तो जैसे जब आप ब्रेकिंग करते हैं, ठीक है कि नहीं, जब आप ब्रेकिंग करते हैं तो ये फ्लक्स भी तो रिड्यूस होता है यहाँ पर, क्योंकि ये मैग्नीट्यूड EB का कम हुआ है. जैसे जैसे स्पीड कम होती आती है तो आपका ये दिस करंट विल आल्सो हैव बीन रिड्यूस्ड. तो तब आपका जो टॉर्क होता है, टॉर्क it would have been proportional to the product of armature current as well as the flux. तो ब्रेकिंग के वक्त आर्मेचर करंट तो कम होता ही होता, फ्लक्स भी कम होता. So there had been a more reduction in torque if this winding would have been separately excited. But if it would have been separately excited with some source, then torque was directly a function of armature current. So if torque is a direct function of armature current, then you can very well assume that when 100% torque was there, 200 amperes. So when 80% torque was there, current should be 80% of 200. Right. Rest is just इसका प्रॉब्लम बहुत सरल हो जाती है ना. इसके बाद my screen is visible to you, I hope. Yes. तो अब प्रॉब्लम बहुत आसान हो जाती है कि ब्रेकिंग के वक्त करंट इज 160 एम्पियर्स. ब्रेकिंग के वक्त बैक EMF अभी हमने कैलकुलेट किया था E1/E2 = N1/N2. शायद मैंने आपको उसकी वैल्यू बता भी दी थी. कितनी बताई थी मैंने आपको? नहीं बताई थी.
156 volt.
156. तो EB was 156. RA हमको मालूम था 0.06. इंटरनल रेजिस्टेंस मालूम था. सिंपल किरचॉफ की वोल्टेज लॉ लगा के यहाँ पर ये वोल्टेज लिखा। इस प्रॉब्लम में कैलकुलेशन पॉइंट ऑफ व्यू से ज़्यादा नहीं था, बट इसमें कुछ चीज़ें समझने की थी जो इम्पोर्टेंट थी कि ब्रेकिंग केवल स्पीड से ही कंट्रोल नहीं की जा सकती। ब्रेकिंग को आप, रीजनरेटिव ब्रेकिंग को आप किसी पर्टिकुलर स्पीड पे अचीव भी कर सकते हो अगर आपके पास वेरिएबल सोर्स है। और इम्पोर्टेंट चीज़ याद रखने वाली ये है कि याद रखना है कि कब क्या है क्वेश्चन इक्वेशन यूज करने हैं। मोटरिंग के वक्त v is equal to e plus i आ रहा है, ब्रेकिंग के वक्त v is equal to e minus i. So let us finish this and I'm leaving my class. So I hope I will download the attendance. For downloading the attendance, I will be shifting to role platform. So I will be sharing the attendance with you. Thank you very much.